Have you ever had Tate on the show?
No.
Because you've had Tate on back in the day.
Yeah, I kind of think I
You
started
kinda
him
started-
twice.
You were the
I
one.
think the entire blueprint for. Did you know I wrote Men Are Better Than Women, the book, and was on Dr. Phil?
I saw the Dr. Phil thing, and honestly, I wasn't sure if it was the same person because time hasn't really been that kind to you. But
Jesus Christ.
The time's been great. The liquor has been bad.
just kidding.
It's the liquor and the
but
drugs that are hard.
I was looking at like that. It kind of looks like him, but I can't really. I was thinking like maybe you borrowed the name from him. What the fuck is the story on that? Can we kill a few minutes on that
The
story?
Dr. Phil?
Yeah, I started writing this site, menarbetterthanwomen.com, as a joke. I mean, well, not completely, whatever.
What year? Because I guess I do kind of like vaguely remember.
2005, back
Okay.
when there was no Facebook. There was nothing. You had to go out of your way to find content on the internet.
People
You went to
actually
people's
went to
websites. That was
websites.
like Maddox.xmission.com. I remember
Oh,
trying to think
that's
of the
great guy.
website and
Well,
shit. Yeah.
I spent a little time watching Justin Wang videos about his fallout with Maddox too, which I'm not really sure how that is going to actually matter throughout this conversation. But
That would
Wow,
take
let's see.
hours.
That was Web 1. So I started writing these just preposterous articles trying to push the line of what people would believe and throwing in some real shit, throwing in some like overt misogynism and then just like insanity. So to try to just make like the perfect trolling articles every time. And
it
some of
kind of
those
sounds like it just yeah.
Yeah, some of those would get hundreds of thousands of comments. Then I went on Dr. Phil because they had a house full of insane people who were all bigoted and hateful, and they gave us a bunch of liquor and tried to make us fight. But I think I was the only one joking.
But did you ever let that on to the producers at all, or were you fully just in character the whole time?
Fully in character because it wouldn't be funny, and I fucking hated Dr. Phil. Like the whole pop psychology shit that is now. It's pop psychology is so pervasive that like you can talk to people and have entire conversations that they've just regurgitated out of a self-help manual.
Right.
I hated it then. I hate it now. I wasn't pointing at you to
No, that's
say that. I was just
I can be
looking at you.
My blue hair will be the conduit for your hate right now. It's okay. Channel it. Focus. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went on there and just called women
around.
fat.
Yeah, called women
and
whores
everyone
and-
melted down.
What were you doing for a living at that time?
I was doing computer stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
marketing.
there wasn't like a concern in your mind, like maybe this could come back to get me, and people wouldn't understand that I was trolling, and it's gonna make me. People are gonna think that I really.
I was
am this
25,
person.
so
People didn't
I
really
wasn't
get-
really thinking about things like
Yeah.
that. I was thinking everyone's going to think this is hilarious. What am I
And I don't
not
think-
realizing that Dr. Phil has 60 million fans? Like they didn't think it was funny. They didn't get the satire of it. How
Right.
fucking sophisticated I was.
Nobody really got canceled back in 2005.
I was
either,
gonna
did
say,
they?
It was
like,
very
different
difficult to
era.
get canceled back then.
The worst
No.
thing back then was if you ever like took like in 2007, 2008, especially with iPhone shit, if you took a nude picture of yourself, that was like the craziest thing.
Oh yeah.
Taking nudes. Oh my god, it was like unfathomable.
One of the best days in high school was when this girl Crystal fucking there was a picture of her that had been floating around email wise in my high school of her shoving a 7-Up bottle up her vagina, and somebody printed out a few of them and taped them to like the soda machine in school. And so that was the talk of the town for the rest of the week in my
7-Up.
high school, is this girl with a 7-Up bottle up her coochie. It was fucking crazy, dude.
What size bottle?
It was pretty fucking huge.
Wait, was it
honestly.
like? Are we talking like the cap part,
20,
or like the
20
whole
ounce?
like?
Or like
It's
a
not like she
2
got the
liter?
whole thing, but it was like a big one that she
2
didn't, I
liter.
think, get to like the straight part of the
Oh,
bottle.
yeah.
Yeah, but it was the part that
triangle.
counted, yeah.
But
And-
she was in high school too. So.
And also, it's like nobody had a digital camera at
Yeah.
this time, so
Taking pictures and talking on the internet was hard.
yeah, and so like to get like a single photo of this and then to have it like scanned and like printed out, it seemed like a crazy
It was.
effort.
Printing out full color shit back then too was like shoot.
Yeah.
The printer would take
And if
like
the librarian
7
caught
minutes.
you, you got in big trouble. She's like, "Why are you printing all this out?" And I'm like, "I don't
How
know."
would you print that in the fucking library, Vito?
Not just vaginas. Although I do remember in middle school, I was printing out like Japanese porno comics when nobody was paying attention and binding them together and
Jesus.
making a little collection.
Binding them. You can't beat off until you bind
No,
them.
I would
together?
take construction paper and I'd make little, covers and had a little collection going.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember for a while
The
there
Japanese
was a
did good
message
work.
board in high school, and we would all like steal people's IDs and then like upload them to threads on the message board, and the school shut that down pretty
Wait,
quick.
when the fuck did you go to high school?
I graduated in 2002.
I graduated in 2007. I feel like you had so much more internet in your school than I did. I feel like the internet didn't exist in Omaha yet. Where did you were in New Hampshire?
I had a live journal when I was 15, and that's when it really began. And actually, even before
Wow.
that, I was on like punk message boards.
I
and
missed
shit.
the live journal era.
You were on there?
That was real.
yeah,
There
it
was
was
some
fun.
good live journaling.
Back
Yeah.
when we changed the mouse to be like a fucking design, and you'd have like fucking
Mhm.
music
That's
that
where
would load on web pages and
all
shit.
of my like high school drama played out on LiveJournal for the most part.
Damn.
It's good times.
Sounds great.
Wait, so when did you decide to just like fully inhabit the Dick Masterson name, and also like what were the consequences of the Dr. Phil thing?
God, I don't remember. It was pretty traumatizing coming out of that house. It was a lot more intense than I thought it was going to be, being a character for 7 days straight and like getting interviewed by crazy producers.
It
who
was
were
just
trying
hard to
fuck
stay in
you up.
character.
Well, they're like they wake you up at 5. They make you fight people all day. Now, probably being on Twitter all the time, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But back then, this kind of atmosphere
You were
was
still
not,
more of like an actual human being at the time.
yeah.
We all
So
were.
Back
coming
when
out of it-
niceties and politeness existed, yeah. none of
I
that.
got a little. I was like, well, I mean, that's kind of the peak of that bit, so that's enough.
You
I
really
think-
kind of left it behind. I feel like these days you got to just like lean into it. And just
Well, we didn't have.
create
God,
a
what-
course.
that was like 2008. So my book came out the day it came out, and then 4chan got hold of it and put it to like 200th in the world or something like that on Amazon. That's how I learned about 4chan. So I don't know. After that, back in 2008, I just let it die until I did the podcast with Maddox again.
And
Justin
that went
Wang coming.
swimmingly.
Yeah.
How many?
Then
Wait.
I had to embrace it or die.
Yo, we just hit 400,000 subscribers right here on the Clips channel. So if you want to help us out, click subscribe, get us to 500K. Yeah.